Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, you're probably interested to see how I clean my silver jewelry, some of which I have on today. So stick around as I go through some background on sterling silver and the steps I take to maintain my jewelry. We live in an area with really high humidity levels, and that obviously has an effect on my silver jewelry. So I'll show you the pieces that I'm cleaning, and you can see all the different variations of tarnishes. Some can be a light tinge of yellow, some more on the brown side, and others even look black to the point that people mistake it for rust. So without further ado, let's just jump into how I clean my silver jewelry. I use a simple wipe and rinse solution called Tanoff. This bottle I got from Bunnings, but you can also find this on Amazon, and I'll leave the link in my description box below. At 250 milliliters, this bottle has lasted me quite a few years now, and you shouldn't use it on bronze, brass, stainless steel, chrome, pewter, nickel, aluminium, gold plate or aged silver plate, pearls, or stones other than diamonds. Aside from that, it works pretty well, and I've been using it on all my silver jewelry. When working with any sort of chemicals, you want to protect yourself, so I'm just putting on some gloves here. So the first piece that I'll be cleaning today is this Tiffany & Co. lock pendant, and as you can see, it's tarnished, especially around the inner shield piece. This one has a hammered sort of finish on it, and it's generally easy to clean because it doesn't have too many grooves, so I'll be using a cotton pad. And you can also use microfiber cloth that has a little bit of texture on it, like this one here. But for a generally simple piece like this, I'll be using the cotton pad. So you want to push down the lid and twist. Then just apply a little bit of the solution to the cotton pad. And simply wipe. If you're working with a piece that has curves and some grooves, you may have to shape the cotton pad a little bit to get the solution in there. But generally, this is a pretty easy piece to clean, and you can see in a matter of seconds, the silver is restored to its original color. So once you've wiped the tarnish off and you're happy with the condition of your silver jewelry, you just need to either run this under warm tap water, or what I have here is a bowl of warm water. Using a soft cloth that won't leave any markings or scratches on your jewelry, pat dry, and your silver piece is ready to go. So on the topic of silver, in my time in the jewelry industry, I can't tell you how often people would mistake tarnishing with rusting, especially if you're a beginner and fairly new to collecting silver jewelry. It can be pretty alarming to see your silver start turning brown and even to the point of black over time. Tarnishing on silver is very common, and it basically is a reaction to the copper that is in sterling silver. Now, silver in its pure form is too soft to use to create jewelry. So the silver that we know in the jewelry that we wear is actually sterling silver, which is made out of 92.5% silver and 7.5% mix of another metal, which is usually copper. And that is why on sterling silver pieces, you will see the hallmark stamped 925 or AG925, which stands for the 92.5% silver. Now, the copper that is usually the 7.5% is what reacts to natural elements in the moisture in the air, your perfume, moisturizer, that causes the tarnishing in your pieces. Now, you may be wondering, how does that affect the jewelry that I have stored away? So you could have silver jewelry, sterling silver jewelry in your storage box or jewelry box and find that over time it also tarnishes, and that's because it reacts to pretty much the humidity in the air. I love this Frank Gehry torque ring because it has a brushed matte finish on the outside, leaving the shiny, glossy silver finish on the inside. And it's always nice to see how well it turns out after a good clean. If you're wondering, hey, what about when I go into the store and purchase brand new silver jewelry? Why are they not tarnished? And that is because when you go into the store, usually they have jewelry on display for you to try out, but all the stock is kept away. And with silver, they are usually wrapped in anti-tarnish paper or cloth. And by not opening and closing them all the time, you avoid it having that chemical reaction when exposed to moisture in the air. And that helps keeping it away from tarnishing as quickly as when you bring it home and start wearing it and storing it in your jewelry box. I got this pair of earrings from Koh Samui when we were there celebrating our second wedding anniversary, and it was the one souvenir that I brought home. Clean the back of this earring really well, but isn't quite getting into the grooves. So I'm just going to get a cotton bud and I'll be right back. Now with the cotton bud, all you need to do is just dip it in and start cleaning the inner parts of this earring. And you'll see that it actually is pretty effortless because the solution just absolutely removes the tarnish the moment it touches the silver. I'm not actually applying a lot of pressure here at all, so you don't need to really scrub or work it in. As long as the solution has been applied to the silver, it will do its job. Quite a few Tiffany & Co silver pieces in my collection. I do love supporting local artists and independent designers, so when I saw these earrings along with a whole other collection of really abstract designs, I wanted to bring one home. But I do recommend that if you are shopping for silver pieces, that you do your research and make sure that it is actually sterling silver 925 and not silver plated jewelry. And the reason being, silver plated jewelry, I've got some of that in my collection as well, but I'm slowly phasing them out because you won't be able to clean them as well as sterling silver, and they don't keep as long. So I would rather invest a little bit on actual sterling silver pieces that you would have in your collection for many years. So the only stone that you should be using Tanoff on is diamonds, but I have here a few mother of pearl rings that I collected since my college days, and I'm just going to gently clean the edges of this ring with the cotton bud. So just carefully applying a little bit of Tanoff all around. You could also use this on gold, and here I actually have a mixed metal ring which was a gift from my mom. So on this ring, it is made out of silver with a yellow gold cross. Chains and bracelet, they are a little bit trickier to wipe down, so you could always pour out some of the Tarn-Off solution into a bowl and sit the pieces in there so that the solution gets right into every clasp and connecting chain. I'm just taking a shortcut here and dipping half of the bracelet in and then dipping the other half to even it out. But you could see here the difference between the one side that's already been cleaned and the other side that's tarnished. Here's one of the most loved pieces in my collection, which is a Tiffany & Co. Elsa Peretti bottle. The cap can be twisted open, and the idea is you could store perfume in there, but a lot of people wear it without the cap on and put little plants or just artificial flowers in there that you could wear around your neck, which is really pretty. As I mentioned, to clean the chain, I just dip the whole thing in, give it a little swirl, and you could see instantly that the chain is cleaned. And then all that's left is to buff out the tarnish using a cloth. Like me, you have a couple of silver pieces that you wear regularly and don't want to have to bother with cleaning them because they tarnish, what I have done is rhodium plate them. So rhodium plating is a process that's applied usually to white gold to give it that white gold appearance. So it does have a slight color difference than sterling silver, which is more leaning on a yellowy white tinge, whereas rhodium plating it's more a really white silvery tinge. But I personally don't mind it, and I find that it helps me not having to clean those few key pieces that I like in my collection. I don't recommend rhodium plating for all your silver pieces because it is pretty costly and is usually only done on white gold. As with spring cleaning our wardrobe, every now and again I like to go through my jewelry collection to declutter and also give them all a good clean. I like to keep my collection curated with precious metals and silver because while I do love costume jewelry and there are a lot of pretty ones out there, they're just not as long lasting, and unlike precious metals, you're not able to sparkle them up or bring them back to their original condition as when you first bought them. So I prefer to save up and spend a little bit more, quality over quantity, so that I'll be able to collect pieces that will last me for many years. In between cleaning, you can maintain the shine and appearance of your silver jewelry using polishing cloth. And this is one that I got from Tiffany & Co. many years ago. You don't necessarily have to get one from Tiffany's. There are many brands that sell polishing cloths, and I like using this gold one on my gold and platinum jewelry as well. It's very effective, and the black marks you see are not dirt. They're actually the polish that has been removed from the cloth when you're buffing into your jewelry. So once the cloth turns completely black, you can replace it. I hope you all enjoy cleaning silver jewelry with me. It's always nice to see things sparkly and clean. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And as always, all products featured are linked in my description. I'd like to thank you all so much for your support thus far, and for all the likes on my videos and subscribing to my channel. I'll catch you in my next video, and until then, take care and stay safe everyone.